or vampires. And their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you. Okay, no. Chances are the person who dragged me was not gran. Because she's in a hazmat suit, but it's a different hazmat suit. However, she did probably kill me accidentally. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your gran before? Not really, no. I've been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luca, your gran is hiding something. And Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed now? No. You don't pay much attention to her. That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you tomorrow when the coast is clear. And we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6.
Oh?
Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Gotta put my sweater on. Okay, I'm coming. So impatient. Rolla, what on earth is that? That's ridiculous. That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, it's his detective hat. Oh, this. It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear. Yep, whatever she's been up to this week. It's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secret? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence. He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Oh my. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Can we not let Rollo take the reins anymore? Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. No. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat. It may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm going to stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice is locked. Well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it's really important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes? Who has ever thought I am going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she's always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Immediately breaking all the dishware. Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Yes. You called upon my very expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Teamwork! Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work! Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. Ah, yes, as the old saying goes. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we're expecting. Like, oh hey. Let me just yank on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Well, there you go. Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Alright, let's look at all the stuff. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive, and jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gram making? Incendiary? She wouldn't have me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
And a hint of brown sugar. And ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper. Rollo
Aha!
offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A grand jam gram? Try saying that 10 times fast. It says, last night I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, can't be good. So, more bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents, such as this, are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. How does one skip to the middle of a cheeseburger? Do you cut it in half and then eat the center first, or do you just pick it up, hold it like this, and then eat like what? I don't. It's how would like you hold it and then are you what? I don't understand. That's where all the meaty plants live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the permanent scholar in dense documents and cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Here we are. Follow-up examination of Terrence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Okay, I'm not even gonna try. And stuff. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes some soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
Did I read that right? I feel like I didn't. Sometimes I read the beginning parts of words wrong and the end parts of words wrong. Especially when the colors are like that. Rollo looked up with... she read that. See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kinda disturbing. Who's Joseph? Okay, I did read that. Right. That's Mr. Nooncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his house has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental. Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to the report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progressed so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition followed close behind, exasperated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean? Enough is enough. How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in the town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow
Rollo
it,
carefully traced the path with his finger.
It leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo? That doesn't look like a treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not a hiding treasure? A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered at the center of town. Yep. I don't know why, but town center seems more accurate. But sure, what a way to say it. She's going to blow up the festival? Not if we stop her. Which apparently is what we're going to be doing. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was for the front door. Which means someone must have shut the front door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
And Grant's not going to notice that her thingy is open?
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo.
Thump.
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
Says no one ever who means it. I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly.
Damn it, Rollo.
Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo, why? Why? Why are you like this? Just so inconvenient. Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I don't know if I had it in me. I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo. That was awesome. That was stupid. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
He sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
They gasped in stereo? How does one gasp in stereo? I don't know how to gasp in stereo. Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7.
Chapter 7? There's a chapter 7? I've never made it to chapter 7. I didn't know there was a chapter 6. Look at me go.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
I mean, I was going to end at like 3 hours, but now that I'm at chapter 7, might as well keep going. I mean, it's only 4:39. I want a nap. I feel like I've napped more, and I don't really nap. I have 2 modes of sleep, either no sleep at all or hibernation. But like I've died so many times that I've become so determined. I do my best to always get good ends, even though there are some games that I have played where it's like there is no such thing as a good end. It's just how the game is. That is just the type of game it is. But I feel like this game has a good end somewhere, or at least an end where I don't die. But I don't know. I didn't really... Oh, I hit my thing. I didn't really look that up. I don't look up too much. Before I get a game, I basically try to figure out if there's voice acting, so I need to know if I have to wear headphones or not. If I need to censor anything. And making sure that there's multiple endings. And making sure that it's not a kinetic novel. That's all I look for. And other than that, I don't know anything else. And sometimes I don't even know if there's voice acting, and then I get really surprised. And then I have to re-record things because I didn't wear my headphones and there's a weird echo.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string.
Why does it have to be a shoddy chair?
The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan.
But is it a shoddy like mine?
One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house.
Wait, so we're accusing Gran of being this crazy person. And, we break into her little secret lair. Tackle someone unnecessarily. Like, we did not have to do that. We were okay. This was not something that we did to protect ourselves. And then we tied him to a chair because we couldn't let him go. But Gran's is a scary one. Oh my.
After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop, shit cop. I just don't know why. I just want to see what things shit could be used for. Chill cop, hard cop, good cop, hard cop. Good cop, chill cop would be fun. Do I want to be good cop, chill cop, or good cop, hard cop? I want to be good cop, hard cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze.
Why is Rollo the hard cop?
I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
I didn't know Rollo was going to be the hard cop.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, he is the hard cops, right? So I need to, like, be harder? I don't know. I feel like if I say that, it sounds weird. Well, 3 times, okay. Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver.
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I'd like to apologize ahead of time. I said, ow, Mr. Tolliver. That actually hurt my hand a little bit. Did he do it again? Mr. Tolliver! Oh, sorry. Mr. Tolliver! I'm getting really
grabbed the
method.
table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face.
No, not
Mr.
the
Tolliver
table lamp.
groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I've been asking the questions here, punk. Now, hold on. Let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Why is he southern? Oh, no. Calm as a carrot in dirt. What? Are carrots calm in dirt? I feel like maybe, would carrot be calm in dirt? I've never thought about the psyche of a carrot in dirt. If it would be calm or nervous or what. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do the wee-woos are going by. You're ruining my moment. We can do this my way or... Well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Again, I apologize for the sound. Now dance! He can't dance, he's in a chair. What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
Oh no! You tied me down. How on earth can I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. Are you doing What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything is ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Grant? Damn it! Rolo! Again! Every time. We were so close, you messed it up. Grant?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good Lord.
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She headed to the source? Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is an operation? What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Yeah, I'm sorry I hit my desk so much. I felt like I was punished immediately because it made my hand hurt. Damn, Rollo. Think you went a little too hard on him? What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent is... Well, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Nose. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually have to walk here? That's convenient. Kato! I know we have beef, but listen to this. This is a dang nice library. Thanks. We work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Adorable. Aww. Oh. Kato hung out here so much. Eventually, they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I get to access all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for y'all? We need a favor. I already told you, Henrolo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sorta don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archive. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8? 8 chapters? What? How many chapters? I'm discovering so many new chapters that I never knew existed.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Well, damn.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm going to end up on one of these assumed asinine deaths records. There we go. I got there. I can read. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life till he read so much boring crud that his brains ooze out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
Your county record. Really? That's the best you've got? You could have even said your face would make it better of an insult. When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
Hartford. J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait. What was that name back? In the obit? Hartford? J. Hartford? From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper. Hartford. Maybe there were 2 Hartfords? J Hartfords? I keep not seeing the J. Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Gran is getting creepier. See, this is why we ignore Granny. Alright, gang. Gotta close up from the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. Gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. I mean, we've all been there,
Luca's
right?
heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely.
Uh-oh.
She was asleep.
That's not good. Why is she there?
His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
She's like always there. At the most inconvenient times. Okay. Let's go sneak. Oh no. Okay. Where'd he go? Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Man, don't you hate it? When you lock somebody up in your basement and then you leave for a little bit and they're not there now. Most inconvenient thing. Maybe he woke up and escaped from his bindings and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
Also possibly. What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Oh, I have too. I should probably order food or something. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Jam is not food. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed, then. Oh, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing's wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Yeah, but eventually they're supposed to meet up and talk, right? Like, that's not... They're going to talk about this at some point. I mean, I guess he doesn't know who kidnapped him, but the fact that you called her Gran kind of as a giveaway... Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh no! She's not there. Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself.
Was the jam poison?
Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Germ. Oh, at least I successfully fell asleep. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? I hope that's Gran. Rest now and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9.
Oh, there's 9 chapters?
A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
I feel like he just ate jam that was meant for someone else and that
Or
drugged
rather,
him.
why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Because he's creepy. Who wouldn't want to drug him?
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I know, I know. Still locked, okay. Okay. Right, do I need to eat food? Should I eat food? Let me see what's in the fridge. Fine. I guess I don't need food. Weapons? Weapons? No? Guess not. Okay. Run! Run! Where have you been? I was drugged. Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. This one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho, ho. Sly devil. Sly. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Well, he's... Nose. Itchy. Itchy nose. Itchy nose. I mean, he's not a good person. Have you found anything? We looked around, but haven't seen anything. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreate is just loafing around, waiting for the speech. What speech? My cat is doing weird things. Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Uh-oh. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor. I suppose you already knew that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be what it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Hey! Woo! Even that's more than all God you deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right. Where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh, heck. I didn't prepare anything. Pulls out a piece of paper with speech on it. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Of course, see, that's how it always goes. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate a perennial harvest. For these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time we add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorably unavoidable and undeniable. And I am that thankful for it. is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago. When fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
It's working? Yeah, it's working. You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
I'm sorry. From the second I set foot in Pekin Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
I'm not doing that part. Oh, he does it himself. Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Ow, I bit my lip too hard. Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And perennial harvest is a community, first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
Gotta make sure making eye contact. The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
Man, does he ever stop talking? We now walk hand in hand into the future. We will shape together. And that is what change is all about. grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making change, that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. And then we all die. Okay. What was
The
that?
crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, Don't worry. A little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. And so, it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim.
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
I can't raise both my hands. Again?
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
I put a lot of effort into that speech with the hand gestures.
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end.
Okay.
There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
Damn it, Elsa!
Maybe we should just quit. Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
Aren't you a bit dramatic?
No, I don't mean that.
Of course you don't.
We got a little closer this time.
We
just
got
need
so
to try
close.
again.
We can do this, book lady.
Please.
Well, now that you're asking me to, I kind of don't. Whoa! Whoa! Look at all those options. I did hard cop. I was so hard. Okay. I've been hard cop. I guess it could be sly cop. But I'm going to see. Normally, my initial plan was don't go past 3 hours. But now I'm just I want to see the end, and I don't want to stop it here because I have a feeling I'm actually really close to the ending I'm supposed to get. And so if I do it again, it's going to end in a really awkward place. So I might as well keep going until I get the ending. And I could actually be on here for a while. But I kind of want to order food. So he'll keep going. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to order food. And then come back. So I'll be right back. Yeah. So I'll be right back as I order my food that I will hopefully not eat on screen, but who knows? I might. It'll be a whole thing. I slammed the desk. I can eat food on screen because those two are correlated. A PNG tuber. Why a PNG tuber? So I can eat food while I do streams? I'm pretty sure you'd still hear the food in my mouth. Because it'd be like, nom, 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 nom. I mean, I could just game mukbang. Eating like a like potato cat treat. Alright, where's my buttons? There's my buttons. There I be. Okay. So I basically keep getting murdered by Elsa. Slash my not grandmother. And the thing is, I haven't decided what. So I did Tato Cat, and I have a Tato Cat picture, but I've also done chibis of me with Tato Cat, and I don't know if I've decided if Tato Cat's my familiar or what's happening with this Tato Cat, or if it's like, I don't know if you've seen, Blaze Blue, but like there's a girl named Rachel, and she has like this little cat thing that she uses as a weapon slash umbrella slash chair butler. It is. It does float around me. It is in all my chibis, yeah. It's pretty small. I lost my mouse, so I can't click on my thing. The joys about a person who doesn't normally use two screens is that I don't know where my mouse is ever at any given point in time. Okay, there we go. Okay. Also, you have multiple dogs now? I don't think I'll ever get used to it. A julep? Like mint julep? Let's be a sly.
They'd run the classic good cop,
A sly cop.
sly cop interrogation.
Yeah, her name. But I was saying, was I pronouncing it right? Like julep, like mint julep, like the julep part. Okay.
Luca and Rollo ducked behind
Also,
the barrel,
I don't think
leaving
that's a
Beck to her
classic
task.
saying. I think I'm off center. There I go. Wow, my room is really dark. By room, I mean my living room. I don't have like a black screen or anything. It's just my lights aren't on.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Oh, she's the sly cop. Wait, so does that make so Luca is the chill cop? Cool. What? What's going on here? You're that Moedwill girl. I keep wanting to say Moe. You're that Moedwill. Please call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was going to be easy.
Is it though? You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug. I keep going into a southern accent. Like, once I start, it's really hard to stop it. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? Yeah, clearly that's not a problem in this town. What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Wriggle, 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 wriggle. I think it's like hard to see me wriggling because it's so dark. I'm not turning on the light either. This is perfect lighting.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here too.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep. The old gal is nothing but thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
Charlie's already heavy. What do you mean only 4 pounds more? She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source that kills everybody, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
Why is it always a fiddle? Why can't it be any other instrument? Why not a nice, I don't know, flute, lute, accordion? You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio scan while restocking. I heard the radio scan, right? The other day, I had the radio. Nope, had radio on scan. There we go. Well, restocking the candy shelf. Rolo! I thought the Animal Crossing characters when I first heard it, and I never played Animal Crossing. I just saw Shelby play Animal Crossing a lot, and wouldn't you know, it intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. Think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it was mission critical. Wasn't mission critical. Yeah. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? I say we do what I do when I find keys in RPGs and just find every key and just go, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? Does this work? And eventually it'll work on something. Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. I still don't know what the source is, and I feel like I need to know what that is. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies. Yeah, it is a bit
Heading for the stairs,
creepy.
Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Oh, how jaunty. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf. And you weren't on it, Rollo. How could they? But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Yeah, I do voices. I always do voices. Welcome. Yeah, that's my thing. I do voices. If I can. Sometimes my throat hurts and I can't do voices. And then sometimes I get the voices mixed up. The password, Rollo? Well, sure. But once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy. And if you're a candy bar, a candy tube, like what way do we describe your candy Rollo? Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meeting. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be cover up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. Oh, I hope not. So you would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ooh. It's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Sometimes Rollo does things, and it's impressive. But then he immediately messes it up. I heard a door. Is that my food? Is it? No, it's not. It can't be. No. Someone else. Okay. I have very sensitive hearing. I can hear if my food is arriving before it's even near my door. It's my special magical power. Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude rug store. Kren's nude rug store next to the Bag and Wag. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How'd you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Oh man, I don't want to go to that place. He just talks about my hot grandma. Why is that my superpower, or why do I do voices? Alright. Are all three of you with me? All three of you? I can count so good. All two of you? Oh, my superpower? I think it's because, I just don't want my food to be out, and, like, there are only so many places you can park. And, I'm usually close enough to my window that I can hear people park across the street. Why are you standing there? All creepy. Can I hide in this bush? Nope. So I can hear people park across the street because it's a one-way street. I can hear people close their doors and stuff. And so, and then I can hear people get on the stairs because it's made out of metal. And yeah, it's my superpower. Yeah, basically. It's really fun to have when you're trying to sleep. Should I talk to her? Is it gonna make me talk to her? Alright, I'm gonna talk to her. Hi! You scared me half to death. Sorry? You kids aren't seen? Wow. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around here, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. He's died like a bajillion times already. Okay. Nuncreed. I don't like Nuncreed. He talks about how hot my grandma is, and he shoved me in a phone booth and killed me. Ah, man. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. I was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this inspired town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and perennial. I don't know why I keep adding words that aren't there. Perennial harvest true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. You actually do have a responsibility because your daddy wrote in the will that you have to take care of his bastard son. Allegedly. At least a child. I read that part. This is our father's town. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. Ew. Ew. Hopefully not in our hair. When this is all the inevitability, when all this inevitably goes wrong, why do you think everything inevitably goes wrong? I mean, I will inevitably die in this game because I've died every time that I've played this game because Elsa comes back randomly and just freezes me to death for some reason. I haven't had a dream where my dad tells me so maybe I'm on the right path. Who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future? Or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus. But you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. You walk really fast. It's getting late, children. So you were aware that we heard the entire conversation? Well then. I kind of forgot where... Oh yeah, Nun Creed. Okay, to the man who's going to tell... Why are you standing there? What are you doing?
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Ugh, why? Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then, where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Yeah, but it's worse. Well, worse candy. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Unlike peasants, peasants always let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. But whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. Nobody asked you, Rollo. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncree kept the licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worth the while. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold, hard cash. Okay, thanks. Well, he's right, it's locked. Is what the cat is saying. Can we just break in? There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Well, let's look at here, because I think this is a clue. I mean, it's just like a gut feeling. But yeah, I think that might be a clue right there. Instincts are telling me to click on that. Click on anything with that appearing over it. Oh! Oh no! No, not that. Not again. No, 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 no. No. Fine. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Nuncree did. Nuncree did. He shoved me in there. And then sent me to my death.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. At least we have Beck with us this time, who knows what phone booths look like. Unlike us, you know, small town folk who don't know such things. It's got like a blinky keyboard. Why would there be a blinky keyboard? Keypad, even. Keyboard, keypad, key thing. Crin's Nude Rug Store. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Oh. Alright. Let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground. Secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? Wait, isn't that like setting your password to be password? Like your secret tube that goes to your underground secrets password is underground secrets? Okay.
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate.
Don't worry, the tube slows down.
Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Hopefully with more friends with me, I won't die instantly.
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it! You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. I mean, I did, but I experienced it. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank's Atomic issue number 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Okay, cool. Oh. I honestly did not expect to be streaming this song because my initial plan was I'll do my early stream while I'm like half awake and and I'll be about 3 hours. But now I've become, it's like a determined thing as I've come so close. And I keep feeling like I keep getting so close each time that now I'm like, no, I'm closer this time. That I just haven't stopped yet. Oh, there's a thing. There's a clue. Huh. Yeah, can't stop, won't stop is what it is. It's like, no, I can do it. I can get there. I'm almost there. And then they're like, ha, nope. Elsa attacks me and I get frozen over. I'm like, no, okay, I'll choose this one instead. I'm like, same thing, but sort of different. And I'm like, this suit has a broken mask. Oh, yeah, that's the one I kicked in the face. Yeah, that's why I like them. That's why I play them. And I feel like they're underrated. They don't get enough attention, and that's why I play them. Because people should pay more attention to them. I need to invest in a cordless controller, because this one is, the cord is bothering me. And then I also have the cord from my headphones, like I'm getting attacked by technology. I miss having my computer on my right side so my headphones could be on my right side. So, have we found out mystery warehouse creeper? Oh, we already found that out, but I guess they don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's not that I dislike my controllers, but it can't be cordless. Or my headphones. And I'm just wrapped in cords at all times. We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, then it's an Among Us character? Let's not jump to conclusions. It's totally Nuncreed. You just don't remember the other times you've died played through. Just saying. I feel like I have food stuck in my teeth. This, not gonna lie, it looks a little bit like a laundromat. Like, these look like just like giant washing machines. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. Don't always realize when he means what he means until it's too late. Okay. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff? Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that that's the wrong voice for the wrong character? Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. Okay, so now that I guess I can look at this. That's a lot of buttons. Okay, where's the red one that says do not push? Because that's the one we're pushing. That's the one we always push. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Can't push me down a tube that I'm already down, huh? Huh? I got friends this time. Shit. Shit. Shut. Awesome. Alright, I have shit as an option. Can I choose that now? You all need to come with me now. Do I need to? I don't want to. Last time I didn't end so well. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets? I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. You've died twice. Please don't say that. Oh, I mean, you've died more than twice, but at the festival time alone. Hold on now. I like my skin. Look how fluffy he is. How can you blame him? This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know your father and I were friends back before losing my voice. Oh my goodness. Back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. And idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So, you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. Did Mom know about that? He helped the patients and I helped him. Yup, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us, saying he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Wow, they're very wistful in this game. Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. That could be interpreted in so many ways. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs to be done.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
Oh no, not again. I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. Don't bring my hot grandmother into this, okay? But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She has been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's been planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently, she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say, this isn't the only underground lair I busted into today. And honestly, hers was cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions. Big man. Rolo, why are you telling everyone plots? That's my job.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source. What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. She really will. We've seen it happen. Okay, go stop it, Nuncreed. You all need to run. Run where? Away. That's not specific. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. I don't know where west is. Where's west? That did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town.
Chapter 8. The cold, hard truth.
Oh no.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids there. Ew, we were like, behind you. Can you not part with your fluids? Anyway, any idea where we are? We're just going to gloss over that. Okay, somewhere old, cold. Doesn't look like it got any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So, where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone ever want to blow something up out here? Because it sucks? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Okay. This way that I'm facing. Whoa. This is the town? Okay. This is starting to feel really familiar. I may not get the most I may not be the most well versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica town. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. No, he's not an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through the metallic worm holes back there. The metallic worm. Okay, is that what they are? All right. The final objective: kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me. But you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should catch up. We should keep moving. So is this the original town? So when they moved everyone and walking on the stream. So when they moved everybody, did they actually just make a new town?
To the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
Is that a gun?
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss.
Is that a fishing pole?
Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out.
That's a torch. I see the fire.
She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Gran, don't do it! Please don't kill me again.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town.
Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran, what's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between Juniper.
Morwenbach held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing.
How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know what this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself.
I wonder if Gran died a while ago, if that's actually my mom. And she like got the green stuff or something, and it aged her. And so now she's like saying that she's my grandma, but she's actually my mom. I wonder if that's what's going on. If so, that guy needs to stop hitting on my mom as well as my grandmother, my grandma mom. And also that means not only my grandmother killed, but my mom killed me? I hope that's not my mom. It's my grandma mom. Yeah, like, she's like my grandma, but my mom, baby? I don't know, I think I might be wrong about this one. But they said Juniper was already gone. So, my mom goes out and goes missing for long periods of time. So, we know this thing ages people. So I just wonder if that's a possibility, if that's what happened.
Making their peace with long-held burdens.
And like she's upset because this man killed her husband.
The wind howled with encouragement.
The wind is howling. The wind is going, fight, 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 fight. Walt was like a brother to me. How old is our parents? My parents. How old's my parents?
We just had different ideas about how to effect change.
Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets.
No, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath.
Menace, 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 menace.
The moment
menace.
balanced on a knife's edge.
Menace, 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 menace.
Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Well, weep? I'm just gonna cry? Oh, great. I have a feeling that I'm not going to survive this one either. I'm just going to sit there and cry.
They began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow.
Oh, it's worse. It's so cold that
Gran stared at Luca for a moment
No,
with
my-
warm sympathy,
my tears are
remembering
cold.
why this was all necessary.
No, it's encouraging her to do the thing that I didn't want her to do. No. This all makes sense soon, Luca. No! Luca, how could you? Don't just sit there and cry. Then everything can go back to normal. No. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
Nuncreed, do one thing and smack my grandma. So the torch goes out of her hand. Who's talking now? They both have... Okay. You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't. Fight her. Fight her. Fight her. Okay. Listen, Nuncreed. This is the only time I'm giving you permission. Pick me up and throw me at my grandmother. I'm pretty pointy, okay? I got horns. Pick me up. Threaten my grandmother. How about that? Take me and threaten my grandmother, mom, my person.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness.
Damn it, Gran.
She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
And we die. We all freeze to death. You see, Joseph, I've learned a very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing
Before
to...
Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
Yeah.
In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from.
Yes.
Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
No, we need to deal with my mama. I can't just sit there and cry. That didn't work. So, what if I find the source first? Let's see. I'll be chill.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop.
Again, not a
interrogation.
classic. It's not a thing. I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times.
Why would you do that? Are you trying to give him a seizure?
Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca? What's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave me old Hiram a good scare. Just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since your gran moved to town, have I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old, disturbing patient's notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This all makes sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought
He
to...
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
that... son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. Oh, great. And this is how I die. And let the adults handle
They looked
this.
bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Wow.
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in the
Haha,
basement.
69.
Back to the drawing board.
Okay. Let's see. I did that. I did that. 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 Oh, here's a new one. This is the last one I have. And I can do something. Flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
I've gone way far back this time.
He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow. I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid I have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See you, jerk. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket.
The Sprigget.
The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage.
Oh, the thicket.
After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass.
Uh-huh. Think we lost him?
Are you up in the Are we up in the mountains?
I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill.
Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland?
All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Alonzi. Oh, hazmats. What's the readout? I don't know who these people are.
I feel like this is chocolate pistol. Sitting just about 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Nah. Still within safe range. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now.
My hands taste like hamburger.
Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause cascades. Dude, relax. Just a few more sights before we can punch out. Let's get this over with.
What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow.
I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out letters underneath there.
What town could it even be here? There couldn't be another town this deep in the Weepwood.
I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go.
I'll see what I can do. Nope, not what I meant to do. I missed.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
They did redo it!
This doesn't make any sense.
We're in Beacon Pines?
How is this possible? We ran away from town. How can we be back here?
I guess we got turned around.
Where did all the snow come from?
Well, it's been colder than normal lately. Global warming and all that.
There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape.
The puddle we found the puddle we fought at. Okay, it was a puddle we fought at before. It was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source.
You think it's related? What the hell is going on?
We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving.
Luca! Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo.
Oh, it's that bozo cur.
It's that bozo cur.
I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks. The proof, the young man of the hour. Now, how tenacious is not a word. I wanted to say how tenacious, but he's saying incarnation. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just luck, I guess. Boy, howdy. You Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mother sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep going, moving.
Just keep moving, just keep moving.
The fencing listened. Each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood.
The stuff who put up?
Don't know.
It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. Those fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone.
What?
There's nothing here but more snow.
There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking.
You can look all you want. Gah.
I quit, but Iggy, we had to keep going.
You don't get it, do you?
It's fine, I don't like reading your text anyways.
Makes my eyes hurt. This isn't one of your pathetic Hinkatomic stories. We aren't going to save the day.
I'm starting to begin to feel that way.
We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled.
I care less about your face.
The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone.
We don't know that. You can't just quit.
Do whatever you want. I'm done.
Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
Again, not my fault. But not my fault. It's getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to simply stumble around in the dark. Anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence. No.
I skipped her talking. Did not mean to. Okay, so we didn't even go into a building.
The way the snow covered everything over. Kind of calming.
Yeah.
Haven't had time to say, but thanks.
Huh?
For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there.
Iggy should be the one apologizing. I mean, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper.
Nah, that's...
Bull hockey?
First off, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right?
Of course not.
And second, stop with the baloney about losing your temper.
But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly why that's what you shoulda done.
Huh?
I was being a horse ass. You were supposed to be a horse ass in response. That's how it works.
Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you?
Of course. Jeez. You goody type take forever to understand this very basic point.
Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. Being an asshole because you feel empty? No! No, I wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together. What about you and the rhino girl? Laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Hoy. With his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, the new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. Well, to be fair, I didn't go up and just like bully people for no reason. You have Tish?
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that
Iggy cleared his
impression.
throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh. It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow, we'll get to the bottom of
Luca's
this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what? What?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
Aw. When it comes to worst days of my life, of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. And then I die?
The
Is
house
that what you're
smelled
telling
of
me?
warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch.
These
His
dreams
mother
always
held his
ended in me
father's head in
dying.
her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. "Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this." The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. "It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy.
Still a child. I'm 12.
You don't remember, do you?" Luca snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. "Remember what?" The doppelganger pointed to the couch. "The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us." Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. "That's not true. He didn't abandon us." The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. "Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you." The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Oh, is that what's her face? Beck's mom? All wrapped up.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
Oh no, because her ears are different and she's not wearing glasses. You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take it easy, Iggy.
We were asleep, minding our own business. You were the one running around, knocking on people's heads.
I'm sorry. I hurt you, Iggy. If I hurt you, Iggy.
You didn't hurt nobody.
Anybody?
Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You... big-hatted... scarf-necked... furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here.
Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you?
A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibilities.
Great. How about a name?
If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off?
Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here?
You might say that.
You know where we are?
You might also say that.
Look, pal. We just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not?
Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are.
Oh, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here, one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well. I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines.
Oh, look, Nat. We don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood. Or we teleported to some alternate universe. Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home.
You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful.
Just give it to us straight.
So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here. But the town you've called your own, or your home, for the past several years is a replica. And remarkably, achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless.
That's impossible. I knew it was replica. Knew it. It's too much work.
You need a whole town to replicate a whole town?
Indeed. To pull off such a feat would require immense labor, power. That which could be moved, would be moved. That which could not, would require a precise duplicate.
We would have noticed, except for you did leave and go to hotels for weeks. Someone would have noticed.
You think so? Unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing called brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane.
Oh, what? You're not going to read that part?
Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably.
So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed?
Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source.
What did you say? The source? Like that?
Why, indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes darted back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks.
Now it's gonna have to wait until next week because 6 hours is too long. I did double the amount that I thought it was going to be. And I thought I was going to get to the end in this round, but I didn't get to the end. I'm really feeling like I'm so close. I'm so close! So close yet so far.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if we can get there. And the next time. I'll get there. I'll beat it. I'll beat this game. I'll show this game who's boss. So yeah, I will be on hopefully next Saturday if I don't fall asleep after the socializing, after the party. They call it a party. I get to be stuck in a room socializing with people in my tie-dye shirt. If not, then I'll do another Sunday one. So we'll see. And hopefully Elsa will stop killing me. I mean, my grandma mom. I don't know if she's actually my mom, but I feel like it's a possibility that could happen in this game. Yeah, I will see you guys then.